Uh, just want to know how many teachers have to join.
Just a few more, maybe just 2 minutes.
Pardon, ma'am?
Just give 2 minutes more. I think just a few more. Most of them have joined. Maybe 1 or 2 more would be joining.
Okay. So the teachers are from which grade?
Class 2 to class 5, and a few of them from classes 6 and 7.
Okay, fine. So we'll wait for 2 minutes and then.
I think you should begin. It's okay. If somebody else has to join in, let's join in. Let's begin.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. So my colleague Preeti will begin with the virtual school, and she will explain virtual school and the inquiry-based learning platform, and the learning resources part I will take forward.
Okay.
Thank you, Preeti. You can continue with the virtual school.
Okay, thank you so much, Aruna. Teacher, this is Preeti Nayak from the company Mindshaper Technologies, and I will be taking you to the virtual school, the Visario basically. So to demonstrate that, first I will take you through 1 or 2 slides, and then I will take you through the product itself. I will log in and show you how the product platform will look like and how the teachers can conduct all the activities that they need to do in a day-to-day on a day-to-day basis. So let me share my screen. So I hope all of you are able to see my screen over here.
Yes.
So right now what is happening is all the schools are closed and students and teachers are not physically meeting each other. That is the reason why we need to have a platform on which all the day-to-day activities that in a normal school happens pertaining to the teaching and learning, they can be done. So that is the reason why we are introducing Visario Virtual School, which is basically a cloud-based platform. Before I enter into the product and the features and concepts, I'll give you a small idea about how it is going to be implemented. As I'm saying, it is cloud-based. It will require internet connection to run. And once we onboard your school, we will create an admin panel of your school. And then to that school admin, we will add students, create various classes, we'll create a table of content, we will add students and teachers. Like that, then your class will be created and your students and teachers will be interrelated to each other. So you can assign what subjects, what classes and sections you want to assign to a particular teacher, and that we can also do and you can also do from your end. I'm going to show you all that, how it happens. And every user is going to get a user ID and password so that they can log in and they can conduct, they can be diverted to their respective dashboards and they can conduct various activities. Now, let me take you through the presentation. First, I'd like to show you what will be the experience of a teacher when the teacher is using our platform through a small video. So I'm going to play this video. And after that, I will take you through each and every individual features.
Video, audio, dono.
Miss Rita teaches math to grade 5 students. She has an upcoming class on addition of fractions. Before they attend her class, she wants her students to go through a video to introduce the concept. She assigns the resource from her library before she teaches the concept to them. She then schedules an online class with her grade 5 students for coming Monday 9 a.m. At 9 a.m. on Monday, she finds her entire class logged in. She takes the students through some examples and also uses the interactive whiteboard to illustrate the concept. On completion of her online class, she shares the notes and recording of her class for the students for revision. She has created an online assignment on the same topic that she assigns to her class. Once the submission deadline is over, she can see the score of students that have completed the assignment on time. Since the assignment was online, she does not need to spend time evaluating it. Some students have not scored well, and they are assigned additional resources for their remedial learning. She also assigns a challenging worksheet which is optional. Students can attempt that on paper and submit for review. She will review the written worksheets once submitted and grade them online. Ms. Rita is really happy the way Visario Virtual School has helped her save time and manage her academic activities. That's not all. Next week, her students are going to take their first ever online unit test on the Visario Virtual School platform.
Okay, so now you have gotten an idea about how a teacher journey is going to be on the Visario Virtual School platform. Now I'll be taking you through the features one after the other. What I'll do is I will log in and I'll show you what all the teachers can do on the platform. Before that, there is one more thing I wanted to discuss is these are the 3 activities that happens in a school. One is teaching, the next part is assignment and homework, and the next part is examination. So all the 3 things have been designed on our platform. For teaching, when you take an online class, for that you need a video conferencing tool. We have not developed any video conferencing tool as such because we understand that your teachers are already comfortable with some of the other tools which is available already to you, like Zoom and Microsoft Teams or Google Hangouts. So all these features, if you are using for your classes, you are absolutely free to use whichever video conferencing tool you want, and that can be very easily integrated, very seamlessly integrated onto our platform. I will show you how you can do that, and you don't need to go anywhere else. You can do everything. You can access all the features from our platform only. So what I am going to do right now is I will take you to the panel exactly, the teachers panel, and then from there I will show you how you can do all the activities. So this is, if you can see my screen, this is how a teacher's dashboard is going to look like. There are many options. There are few more menu options are going to pop up. For this teacher, only these 2 are assigned. So that is why it's visible. So under virtual school, there are few options that the teacher can do. One is, the first one is sharing resources. So a teacher wants to share some resources, learning resources or lesson plan or class recordings. When you are doing a Zoom recording, Zoom class, you can record it. Even if you're doing a Google Meet, you can record the class. Some of the students have not joined due to some technical problem and you want them to review the class again, whenever they are available online. So what you can do is you can record your class and you can upload it over here. So there is already one recording. So I will play it and show you how the video is also played. Let me share my full screen so that all the pop-ups, those are coming. After I click on various buttons, you can see all that. So let me show you how I can create a learning resource, and then I will step by step come to other points also. So suppose you want to teach a particular concept, and before that you want your children to watch a video or go through a PDF or go through a presentation that you have created. So in that case, you can use this option wherein you can create your own learning resources. So here you can give the title of the learning resource. Let's say I want to give Science 4 or something like that. And then I can put in the description. And this is where I can attach a file. So if I click on the file, attach file link, then it will take me to my computer window from where I can assign various, let's say I want to assign a PDF. So I have uploaded it here. I have uploaded a PDF file. I can also upload an image file. Link is optional here. If I think that the topic that I'm going to, for that, if any YouTube link or any website link which I find useful, I want to attach it here, I can attach. I can put the link here. After right now, because it's optional, and then I can select a grade. Whatever grades are assigned to me as a teacher, only those grades are going to be visible. This is a class 5 teachers panel. That is why only class 5 or grade 5 is visible. So I've selected the grade, after which I can select the subject. And inside the subject, whatever chapters are there, they are going to be visible. This is the table of contents we are creating and we are giving it to you. So we will create it as per your textbook. So we have the DAV, we know that DAV table of content we already have. So we create it that way and we attach it with your system. So you will get it this way. And then once I have added all the fields required, then I submit it. Once I submit it, you can see the learning resource is already created here and it is not assigned to any class. So the assigned column is blank, but I can see which date I've created and for which grade and subject and chapter, everything is visible. If I want to edit, I can click on edit and I can change any of the date over here. If I want to change it, or if I want to delete it, I can delete. So it will ask okay, but I'm not deleting it right now. And then if I want to assign, I just click on assign, and over here all the data that I have added will be visible. And if I want to view the attachment I have attached, I can click on this and view. The attachment is going to open up. So this is the attachment that I have added to my learning resource. So everything is visible. I just need to select the class for which I want to assign. So for now, it is only class 5A science which is assigned to me. So I can select it and assign. Once I assign it, you can see section A is mentioned. Grade is already mentioned here. So the section has also come over here. And the same way, as soon as I have assigned it, it is already reflecting on the students panel. I will also log in there and I will show you. Now, let me take you to the next feature of the teacher panel, which is a task. Under task, you can create any of these tasks which are mentioned, whether a worksheet or assignment or a homework. You can create anything. So let me click on assignment. So already these assignments have been created and they are already here. And if you want to see what file you have attached during creation of the assignment, the titles are already always clickable. So you can see this is the assignment which the teacher has uploaded. Assignments are also visible from here. And the create assignment is also the same form that you saw in the previous feature. Similar form is also showing here, so that it is very easy for you to understand the panel. It is seamlessly integrated. And for resources also, I can show you links that the titles that you see, they are clickable. So I can click and then the file will also open up. So you can see if you have created a lot of assignments and you have stored it over here and you have not assigned it, and for a particular class to assign, and before that you want to review what all you have uploaded, which assignment you want to assign. So you can just click on the name and verify that whatever assignments are there, whatever you want to assign, you can verify. So this is a scanned copy that the teacher has uploaded. So you can see how all the files can be used over here. Once the task is submitted to the assigned to the students, in the assign button, you will see there is one. Once you select your class, you can select the date and time to assign it, because you also want a deadline for the assignment or homework. So the deadline is also visible here, 30th May to 31st May. This one is 30th May to 2nd June. So like this, these assignments will have a deadline. And once students are submitting the assignments, then you can see it under the submission tab. There is a submission tab on the left menu. You can click on this. Then all the classes which are assigned to you are going to pop up. As I said, this is only one grade which is assigned to this teacher. So one grade is coming. That is grade 5A science. And once I select the class, I can drop from the drop down. I can select whatever I want to view the submissions. Then under assignments, there are two assignments I have given to this class. One is supposed to be submitted on 2nd June. The other one is supposed to be submitted on 31st of May. And total there are 10 students in my class. Out of 10, only 2 students have submitted. That also is visible over here. So I understand that when you are giving a homework or giving any sort of assignment, you have to keep a track for yourself that on so and so date you have given the assignment, this is the deadline. And then once the student starts submitting, you have to maintain a name list where you have to just keep, tick mark you have to give that, okay, he has given. Sometimes you have to recount the copies again and again, and sometimes students have not written their names on the copies, and lots of all these hassle and all those problems you have to go through to keep a track of your assignments and your homework. But now it is all automated. It is readily available in the platform. Now you see that only 2 out of 10 students have submitted your assignment. And then once I click on the 2 out of 10, this is clickable. Anything that you see in blue in color, they're also clickable. You can click on them. And you can see the name list has come. Once I just clicked on 2 out of 10, that was a link. So the name list has come. In the name list, I can very easily identify that these are the students who have not submitted, and these are 2 students who have submitted. And I can also see whether I have graded them or not. So I have already reviewed their answers that they have submitted, and I have also given grades to them. And if there are more students, then there are going to be pages. So you can just scroll, go left and right, or you can, from the top, you can select how many students you want to see at a stretch. If you want to search for a student's name, you can search also from here. If you have a lot of students and you want to see if particularly Deepika has submitted or not submitted, you can search it. And once the students submit, their names also becomes clickable. So I want to see what Deepika has submitted. So I can see the file Deepika has submitted over here. So this is actually an image file that Deepika has uploaded. And also she has written some answers over here. So I can see what answers she has written. And already I have given grades, and I have also written my review. But in case you have not graded, so these fields will be blank. Put your grade and click on review. And that is how your review will be marked over here. So this is how you can maintain and review. You don't need to download any files. Whatever files the students are uploading, they all will be visible right there on the panel. And then all your reviews, your grades, everything will be saved right on the platform itself. And the grades that you are giving, you can also give points or grades and write something, anything. It's very flexible. There is no rules that we are enforcing on you that you only have to use it this way or that way. So we have kept it very open-ended and very flexible. So this is how you can see the submissions of your tasks. Then let's come to the online classes. So you must be very curious to know how online classes can be taken from our platform. First of all, you have to create an online class because you have to decide for which class, which section, what subject, what chapter you want to teach in this particular class. So I can create an online class the same way I have created a task, I have created a resource. Same way I can create an online class. Just that over here, the link option that you see is mandatory. So you have to add the link of the online class that you are conducting, whether it is a Zoom link or it is a Google link. So you can add the link over here and select the grade, subject and chapter that you want to teach in that particular class and submit it. Now, once you have added a link, this link can be used again and again. So in the beginning of your, whenever you start using the platform, then you can create all your classes and keep it. In fact, we will only do it for you with your consent, of course. We will create your classes and keep it on your panel so that you can again and again reassign the same link and same class with different dates, and you can keep taking your classes. That is absolutely possible. And if you want to attach any link for a particular class that you think that in this class, I want to use this particular presentation or I want to use a PDF, you can attach it from here. So that is how you can create your online class. Once you create your classes, they are going to be visible like this. And then the assign button and the schedule, the assign column and the schedule column will be empty. You can actually click on assign and then assign to a particular class, whichever class you want. And while you are assigning it to a particular class, you may not be aware whether the maths teacher has scheduled and the students might be busy around that time when I am planning. So you have no idea. You cannot see the timetable of this particular class. That is why what we thought is we will give you a calendar here. So I just clicked on check availability where there is a calendar. In this calendar, you can actually see on which date, what all classes are scheduled for this particular section 5A. So that accordingly, you can also schedule your class. Let's say if I go to the day view, today Saturday, so 12:05, they have a class on food, right? So that is where, okay, there is already a class scheduled at 12:05. So if I want to take a class, I should schedule it from 10 to 11 or 9 to 10. So I know that this is the time when the class is free, so I can schedule my class accordingly, so that there is no clash between the classes of different subjects. So this calendar option is also there. And once the classes are assigned, your students will also be able to see what classes you have assigned, and you can also see the schedule over here. If you want to enter the class, as I told you, the titles are always clickable. Wherever you are going, in every feature, the titles are clickable. So you click on the title, and then the Zoom window or your Google Meet window, whichever platform you're using for your online classes, that window is going to open up, and from here only you can enter. And it is the same for the student as well. So you don't need to go anywhere else. You just need to create a Zoom link in the beginning of your session, and throughout you can keep using it. And in between, as and when you want, you can just go to Zoom and schedule and create another link and copy and paste it here. It's very, very simple. And now what I'll do is I'll log out from here and go to a students panel and show you how students will be able to see everything. So this is the student. The code is also similar to a teacher's dashboard. You can see how similar it is. We have deliberately kept it same. There's a small reason behind it, that whenever your students are having any queries, they are going to ask you. So if you are aware how their dashboard functions, then it is easier for you to help them out. So you know that this is where resources will come. You know that this is where task is going to come. Under event, online classes are going to come. So you know it because you are also using it the same way. So it becomes easier for you to guide your students. You will also understand how student panel functions. And that is one reason why we have kept both the panels. Now, whatever resources are assigned to the student, they are going to be here, and students can click on the view. There is a view option, so students can click on view, and then a pop-up is going to open up.
Today, schools are in a situation where
the teacher has uploaded. So you can see the video started playing because this is under class recordings. So whenever you are recording this Zoom meetings or any your online classes, you can put it over here and you can assign to the students. So students can see, if I am a student, I have missed the 30th A class, then I can come and watch this class again, so that I can clarify my doubts. Then I go to the task. Under task, I can see that this is the worksheet which is assigned to me, and the deadline is 31st of May, and I am supposed to submit it. So I can click on submit. When I click on submit, the student will be able to see what the teacher has uploaded over here, whatever questions the teacher has uploaded over here. And if the student wants, they can right click and they can download it, or they can answer on they can look at the question paper from the computer or from their phone. They can also open it on the phone, and then they can put the answers on a paper, take a photograph of that page and attach it over here. They can also do file attaching, or they can also type the answers over here, like question 1, plants get food from the soil, so it is true. I can type true. Then question 2 is false, let's say. Question 3 is true. So like this, I can keep typing my answers and I can submit it. Once I submit, it shows that this task has already been submitted, and that I can click on the view review, where I can see the teacher's review and what grades I have given. Now, because just now I have submitted, the teacher has not yet reviewed my worksheet. so teacher has not given reviews yet. So that message pops up. So this is how the student can keep a track of the worksheets and submit the worksheet. And then we come to online classes. So wherein all the classes which have been assigned to this particular student or the class, that is visible over here. And the date and time is also visible over here with the science, the subject and chapter. And then there is one enter class button. When the student clicks on enter class, then the Zoom window or whatever window, whatever app you're using, tool you're using for video conferencing, that window is going to open up. So a student also cannot go anywhere else from, student cannot enter from anywhere else in your online class, because the student has to come only to this platform to enter the class. And your links are also not public. You are also not able to see your link. The student is also not able to see the link of the class. It's embedded in the backend, and then the student has to click on enter class to enter it. So the security feature that we have kept in mind, because a lot of people are talking about Zoom being a little unsecure, and any online class anybody can join. So it is a little unsafe. So that is why from the security point of view, we have made sure that the student only can enter from this platform, and the student cannot go to the class from anywhere else. So that is how the student panel is also designed. After this, I will log out from the students panel and I will show you how the admin panel of a school will look like, and whatever admin can do in this panel, that I wanted to show. It can be a principal, or it is actually a super admin. And super admin meaning the admin can be principal or chairman or anybody who wants to see all the activity that happens in a school, or a coordinator. Maybe they want to see that what all teachers are teaching, and what all assignments are given, and when all the classes are assigned. So all the classes which are scheduled for every class, and are going to come. So right now only one teacher is there. That's why only one name is coming over here. So when you add other teachers, all the teachers' names are going to come. And the admin can enter into the class at any point in time and see whatever is being done in the class. And all the tasks also admin can see. Whatever task, worksheet, assignment and homework is being given to various classes, who's given. So all that the admin can see. All the resources can also be seen by the admin. And if you want, let's say your IT head or somebody to upload all the files on behalf of your school, on behalf of all the teachers, admin can also perform that task. Whatever other teachers can perform, admin can also perform the same task, right? So this is how the admin panel will look like. All the submissions also can be reviewed by the admin. If principal wants to see, or coordinator wants to see that this week I want to see how many assignments have been given to various classes. So there will be a lot of filters that you can apply, and you can see all the submissions. Then there are some extra features over here. Using this feature, you can add students to various classes. You can select a class from here, let's say class 5, and then select all the subjects that are given to you. So in your table of content, other subjects will also be created. Right now only science, maths are visible. So we will create all subjects and give it to you, so that you can select from here, and then you can create a different, select a section that you want to create here and submit. So now your class 5C is created. Now you can add the student's name and the roll number and add it. So let's say I want to add Shruti, and the roll number is 1, and I add it. So you can see now here the student's name has come, and if I click on create login, then the login IDs will be created for the student. So like this, if you want to add one by one, you can do it. Or else you can also click here, add an Excel sheet. So that way also you can upload bulk students. So this one, we will also do it for you, and as and when required, you can also do it. You don't need to depend on us for every time. If you want to upload your students, you don't need to depend on us. So this is a facility that is given. Then here, assign teachers. You can create your teachers, over here. Whatever teachers are already created, their list will come here, and you can add teachers over here. You can enter their name, username, email ID, phone number, password, etc., and submit. So once you do that, your teacher will be created, and all the teachers are going to come here in the drop down. So whichever class is created, you can select the teacher that you want to assign for that particular class. So all these is going to be visible, and then you can save it. Once you save it, then this is how you can assign the particular teacher to a class and subject, and whatever, like Preeti teacher is assigned to grade 5A science and grade 5C science. So when I log in using Preeti, then I can see these two sections. I'll show you. I'll just go to Preeti again. So you can see, I just assigned grade 5C science. I just created it from your admin panel, this particular admin panel, and I assigned it to Preeti. So now it is visible here also. So this is how your, I have shown you the entire platform. Now we can have, okay. So now is my voice audible?
Yeah, it's audible, Preeti.
Okay, okay, right. Because some teacher told me that my voice is not audible.
No, it is audible.
Okay, okay. So yeah, so we have covered all the features of virtual school platform. Now I would like Aruna to talk about the content that we are going to provide with the same platform. So Aruna, I'll just stop sharing my screen.
Thank you, Preeti. Teachers, now I'll show you the content platform, and I'll show you the content related to your grade only, and these content will be available to you along with the virtual school.
Ayurveda का first doctor was Dr. Adnavantri, वो जो उसने
So the content we have already created as per your DAV syllabus and books, and we have already customized it as per your books. I'm logged in into grade 2. So you can see here the subjects are visible on the left hand side, and when I click on the subject, these are the chapter. Sorry, let me share. My screen is visible to all of you?
Yes.
Thank you. So I'll, when you click on any chapter, the topic is available. When you click on the topic, the content related to that topic is visible.
You go from one place to another by car, train, airplane, and ship, etc. But all these are different kinds of transport. Have you ever given a thought about how these things came into existence? Now, let us learn about these different means of transport. Humans' first means of transport were walking and swimming. Driven carriages and boats were the only means of transport.
Be able to cover more
But
resources.
these are now rarely used or have land transport, air transport, water transport, pipelines.
In between, teachers, in between, if you have any query, you can ask.
Each of these modes consists of different subsystems. Roadways. I am a bicycle. I have tires filled with air. You can ride me in parks and on roads. Motorbike. I have 4 wheels. I carry
All
railways,
the road transport,
wagon,
mode of
which
transport
carry
covered.
heavy goods on the ground. I can pilot, and I sail in water. I am a ship. I sail in water. Many people can sit inside me and cover long distances. I also carry I am a pie. I transport goods through my stomach. I am a means of transportation used commonly for transferring liquids and gases through me.
So then we have 3 type of content available. One is the explanatory content. Another, you get some activities, and they are interactive content. The student can type or drag and drop, and there are different formats. And they can check their responses. They can again reset the activities and complete if their inputs are incorrect. So this material is for practice purpose. Then we have worksheets available. The worksheet part assigned to the student and they can complete at home. So all these chapters you can clearly identify. They are as per your books. Then coming to the mathematics, we have all these chapters: numbers, addition, subtraction, division, measurement. So I'll click. Hello. Any query, teachers?
Yeah, I would like to ask one thing.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
assignment which I select and then I add it to my
Bike
class, then only the child can play,
Yes, ma'am.
and he can do it later on after the class also.
Yes.
Means he can visit that again and again, or only once or something like that.
Once he has submitted, then he can't work on it.
Okay, okay. And can he know the grades of all the students as the teacher is putting it?
Yes,
Whether
ma'am.
who
You can see,
who has
those-
submitted, who has not submitted?
No,
Yes,
uh,
ma'am. You can see all
Okay.
grades and all
No,
comments that the
I
teachers
as
are
a
making.
teacher can see, but students can also see the grade
No,
of
no, no.
all the students.
No. Students
No,
can see only their grade. They
only
cannot see
their
all the
grade.
students. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for that.
so now I'll show you one of this chapter of maths.
Weight. Jake bought 43 kgs rice and 35 kgs food. Can you tell how much grocery did he buy?
So by taking some real
In this module,
examples or
we
real
will learn
situation,
about
we begin with
it-
the concept. It's not just giving the definition or explanation. We also through this module, we also help students to understand the real application where in the real life they apply the concept they are learning.
addition and subtraction of weight. Mass is measured in kilograms or grams. Kilogram is the unit of mass, which is equal to 1000 grams. Kilogram is used to measure objects whose weight less than, or we can or 10 times
Yes.
1000 grams.
Preeti Batra ma'am wants to ask something, so I would like to address her query.
Sure.
Add the students in a class. So I have already shown you a panel, admin panel from where students can be added. So to make it simple, what we will do is we will take the name list of your students from you and we will add your students and then we will give it to you so that you don't need to do it yourself. Preeti Batra ma'am?
Thanks, ma'am.
Clarified?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, one more thing I would like to ask.
Sure, ma'am.
Like right now, we give them Zoom ID and password. So
Right.
children are logging through multiple devices for the same
Right.
class.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So a parent is also sitting alongside with the different device. The student
Right.
is also sitting with different device.
Right.
Is your panel has only one entry per student? Is it restricted, or again he can get through that login ID
It is one entry
with any device?
once, with one device only. If the child has logged into our platform on a laptop, he cannot
Okay.
log into at the same time. He cannot log in to the same platform using a mobile phone because then the laptop will be locked down.
Okay. Okay. So only one device allowed at a
Yes.
time.
Yes.
Okay.
Even
yes,
though he
yes.
has downloaded the app in the second platform, on the second
Yes,
device, if he has
yes.
downloaded the app also, then also he cannot.
Yes, yes, because to enter into Zoom also, the child has to go through our platform, right? So when he logging into our platform, he can only, at a time, he can only use one device.
And ma'am, what about the attendance part? Like you were showing in the previous presentation, like attendance can be taken up, like how many students
Yes,
have
yes.
joined in today. That part
Yes.
needs to be cleared up.
Yes, that attendance, whenever the child is clicking on start class, then automatically the attendance is recorded.
So how the teacher will see, like if I've taken the
Yeah,
class,
that
from where
will
I will
also
see
be
that.
visible. That will also be visible on your teachers panel. Right now we are integrating it. So once it is there, you're on your dashboard only. Once you finish taking a class, then on your dashboard, after you have given a schedule, right? After that schedule,
Right.
number is going to be visible. That so many students were present. Once your schedule is over, and then you can click on it and see the names of the students. Like you saw the homework, who has
Yeah.
not submitted, same way who was present and who was not present. So like that you can be visible.
Yeah, and ma'am, one more thing, like for the testing part, like one assignment you had shown where it was like, okay, true, false was there. So it was easy for the child to write or type the answer and give it. If I'm having, suppose like in English subject, if the child has to
Right.
write big answers or maybe letter writing, or
Right.
maybe Hindi subject where the child
Right.
like how he is
Cannot
going
type.
to,
Yeah. So that is why we have given a file attachment option. Where the child can write the answer in the notebook itself, and maybe with the help of the parents, he can take a photograph of that notebook page and he can attach it. If multiple pages also, not a problem. He can attach multiple files there. So that way, the notebook can be attached as the answer, and you can also see the notebook pages. I showed you that all the file that the student has uploaded, that was visible to the.
Can we put an online tick on that also? Like if I've checked it, I've just seen it, but like check hota hai notebook mein. If I am like online, if I can put a tick over it and give
Right,
some
right.
remarks,
We
can
are
it be done?
remarks you can still give, but putting a tick mark or writing on that file is something we are also trying to work out. It is screen annotation that we are doing. So next level you will get that also. So that is the next agenda. Yeah. So
One more thing, Preeti.
Yes, ma'am.
You mentioned in your first slide that online chatting is possible.
Yes,
Students
yes.
can clear doubts. Means
Yes.
it is a two-way platform where students can. Okay. So can you give a demo of that?
Yeah.
That means it would be like a WhatsApp group.
No. It will not be like WhatsApp.
Okay.
We have kept it disabled because right now what is happening, a lot of schools are saying that students are able to chat amongst each other. So we don't want to have that sort of a platform where. So what we are trying to do is it should be only student and teacher.
Teacher, right.
So
you're
So
working upon that.
Yes, the chat feature is already there. Right now, I did not show it to you because visible. A lot of schools are already using this platform, and they have come up with this complaint that now students are chatting amongst each other. That is why we disabled it for the timing. And within a couple of days, we will be again reactivating the chat, wherein only student and teacher can chat amongst each other.
Right. That would be appreciable feature then.
Yes. And also teachers can reach out to the admin, like us. We will also be there in the chat as a help button, like Visario. So you can reach out to us as a help. And students can also reach out to us as help, like a technical error or technical help is required. Then that option is also there. And apart from that, teacher-student chat. Student-student chat, we want to disable that. So we need to do some technical tweaking to disable that part. So we are doing it. So within a couple of days, we will activate that.
And one more question. You said the task will be visible to the child.
Yes.
So how many in total tasks he can review? Like for a month he can review, or he can see for the whole year, or only number is restricted?
There is no restriction as such, ma'am. We will put some filters on top of it. So as and when the student is going, you keep on assigning throughout the year, he can see all the tasks also. And then we will put a restriction to the number of tasks that the student can see on one page. Right now, it is so the recent tasks will be visible, and like Gmail, you can also see your old emails, right? But the recent ones are visible on the first page.
Right.
But he can see the whole year's tasks. And when next year he goes to the next class, then again new tasks will come. Like every year the IDs will be upgraded, right? From 6 to 7, 7 to 8. So then the tasks will be renewed. Then he will only see the new classes tasks.
Okay, thank you.
And one more thing, ma'am, like if suppose whatever content is available on your platform, like if I want to add on to that, if I forward you some video or something which can be added to this content.
Ma'am, you can yourself upload your own content. That is
there in that part.
Yes. And this, what Aruna is also showing, that is also going to be in this part only. It is going to be one integrated thing. It is not a separate thing that you will be getting. So you can upload your own task, and we are giving you a library. So this will be there as a library for you, wherein you can assign these tasks, these videos and these resources. And at the same time, you can upload your own resources to your library. So you'll have a My Library and you will have a Visario library. So you can use two libraries simultaneously. Library is your library, like the one that you are creating for yourself.
Like if I want to access my content on my drive, say Google Drive. So from here to it was showing like I can put a link over here of YouTube video or anything. So same way I can put a link of Drive, or can I go to Drive directly?
You can put a link of Drive here while uploading, and then your students will be able to see that.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, you can share your Drive link, you can share your YouTube link. Any link is
okay, Preeti ma'am, one more question.
Yes, ma'am.
As a class teacher,
yes,
can I know about the status of assignment submitted by my students in different subjects? Can I get that view? Is that visible?
Okay. We have not yet created a class teacher persona as such. We have created like all these personas are there: teacher persona, student persona, admin persona. So this is a very good idea that you have suggested right now. So we will plan on creating a class teacher persona. In that particular class, you can see all subjects and all students, right? This is what is your requirement, correct?
Yeah.
So we can do that. We can easily do that. Just that we need to do some tweaking in the backend and create a new persona. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hi, Preeti ma'am. Good evening. This is Aprajita.
Hello, Aprajita ma'am.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, ma'am?
Good. I was just going through this discussion of yours. Do you? I just wanted to have a look at the content that you have for class 4th and 5th English. One sample would do. Any one sample would do. Just out of curiosity, I wanted to see the content that you showed for class 2nd in EVS. I wanted to see a content of class 4 and 5 in English, if that is convenient with you right now.
Sure, ma'am. Aruna ma'am is showing us content. So Aruna, if you can, Aprajita ma'am wants to see the English content.
Yes, ma'am. I can show you, like currently online we have released 2 subjects, and at the back end release of other subject work is going on. But I can still show you the content of English, because the CMS which we have already provided to you. In this
Okay.
And all this content that you always used to get on your
Yeah, this is the
everything-
same content
Yes, ma'am. It's the same content which we have provided you in your.
already on your smart boards.
Yes.
Right.
that will be now on cloud. On the virtual school platform, you will be getting this library also, full library.
All right. Thank you so much.
Preeti, there's one question that I have here right now. When we go on testing, right, of
Yes,
the
ma'am.
students, especially in languages, what facilities would you have that the child can write down this thing, just not the fill-ups or not the MCQ based, but a general content with the child might to write down, have an answer for 3 to 4 lines.
Okay, so ma'am, that is the new feature that we are coming up with, maybe a week or so. We are also giving you option to create subjective type questions. So when you are creating a question paper, I'll show you how you can create question paper. We have already created 8 to 9 different patterns of objective type that can be created and selected into a question paper. So like that, you can create subjective also.
Letter writing is a practice that dates back to hundreds of
Can
years.
you pause it for some time?
Yes, yes.
It is one of the earliest means of.
So when you are giving a subjective type question, at the bottom, below the subjective type question, there will be a box. In that box, student can write any answer, or student can attach a file. So if the student is English, so students जो बड़े बच्चे हैं स्कूल के like 9 to 12, they can type it. But for younger children, they may not be able to type it. So we
Type
can
it.
type
True.
on the paper, you know, their notebook, and maybe parents can take a photograph and attach it over there. And for every question, we will give marks for each and every subjective type questions. So you can create a mix and match, some objective, some subjective, and objective types will be automatically checked by the system, and the subjective you just need to give marks, and then automatically it is going to calculate and do the totaling and analysis, whatever your progress report will be automatically generated. So subject adding it, so you will get it by the time you start.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, one more thing that's there in my mind, because I need to give obviously a practice that needs to be given to the students before we actually move on to testing them. So with all the information that we are sharing, or if I go in for this right now with my classes, how much time do you think you'll be ready to perfectly give these things back to us the way we want it?
Okay, so right now I have already shown you 3 features which are available. So you can start with these features. And hello.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Yes, ma'am. So you can start working with these features, and I think by the time you are, we will also provide you a couple of training sessions on, and then make you comfortable with the platform, and then after that we onboard students and everything. By the time we do that, the new features will also be lined up. So I think by mid of June, we will be able to provide you an integrated platform which will have features in them. And I think that is a suitable time for you also, right?
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So,
teachers, any other queries? Teachers, you have any other questions that you want to ask Preeti right now?
No, ma'am.
Ma'am, most of the questions have been answered.
Have been asked and they have answered it, ma'am. Fine.
Okay.
One thing they should show, ma'am, the question that you had just asked to frame the question paper.
I'll show that. I'll also
show that part.
Inquiry-based learning. I have one more part is there for me to show. Once Aruna finishes the content showcase, then I will show inquiry-based learning, and I'll also show how to author questions, and also show how you can create a question paper and time duration, and I'll also show how students are going to take the test. All these things.
Yeah.
Everything is there. We are just integrating it onto one place so that you can use it seamlessly. Aruna, you can continue.
Shall I continue?
English content.
Okay, thank you.
Passing on information. Today, with growing technology, this tradition is in its dying phase.
So this is English
But
content.
we
Letter
all
writing.
still love to receive letters. The joy of receiving an informal, personal letter from our near and dear ones cannot be felt on receiving an email. Let us learn about the art of writing informal letters. Learning objectives. By the end of this module, a learner will learn about what is an informal letter, tips to write an informal letter, format of writing an informal letter. What is an informal letter? Letters written to people you know personally are called informal letters. The word informal means having a relaxed, casual, friendly style, nature, or atmosphere. Hence, letters which have an easy style about them are
Then you
called
want to,
informal letters.
Read a complete module, or
They can be written
switch
to
to different
congratulate
module?
someone, ask about their health, make a
No, ma'am, you don't need to play the complete module right now. It's perfectly fine.
Fine. Okay. So shall I close and move to another subject or grade?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. So I was showing you this module, so I'll quickly
Addition
forward it
of
so that you know
weight.
what all we have
To
covered.
add the number, step
So we have
add the
explained
values
here
as
the
you always
complete steps for the addition of weight.
do. Step 4. Write kilograms after the
Information
digits
is given.
did he is equal to 7.
So not only one question, we give 2-3 questions, solve questions, so that students are able to understand
43 kilograms
complete
plus
concept.
35. Another first, 35 plus 127 kilograms meat was left. Ways to.
Then subtraction is explained.
Remember,
In the end, we give
kilograms.
the
recap.
3 kilograms equal to 139 kilograms.
So then some practice questions are also given at the end of the module. So these questions, either you can get it solved in your online classes, or you can also give it as a homework. So student can complete these questions on a paper and submit on the virtual school. Then we have activities related to it. So this is true and false activities. So simple actions we have kept for the activities. MCQ format, so they can solve and click on the answer. You can move to next questions.
Excuse me, in these types of activities, can the child click on his system and do it?
Yes,
Or,
ma'am. They can.
They can be doing. Okay.
They are workable.
Okay, fine.
They're not the static activities.
Right.
So now I'll switch to grade, next grade.
Adding 4-digit numbers.
Same
An officer went to a
We
village
have taken a real problem so that child could understand where, in what situation the addition concept is applied.
to count the total population. There were 1,153 males and 1,642 females. The answer by adding.
Moving forward, we
To
the
add
problem,
2,150,
steps,
each digit
how
is
to
placed
place
at
the
its
numbers,
respective place value.
then which place number should
Then,
be added
starting
first,
from the
which
right,
should be added next.
now adding the digits at the tens plus
So with and
6
without carry,
gives
both the concepts are explained in this.
population of the villages. Library. There are
And again,
English
2-3 word
literature.
problems are shared.
Find that
Easy to
there are
understand the
3
concept.
numbers to add, as learnt earlier, which is
So here
13.
3-column addition.
Placing 3 at the ones, the tens place. Put 1 to the hundreds place. 1,000. Can you now solve
Then in the end, we give the recap
prices of numbers with place
so that
value up to
revision could be done of all the concept which has been
while
covered in
adding
this module.
4-digit numbers? Remember to always start.
And then in the end, we have given few unsolved question. In the next screen, we show the answer also, so that student can tally their answer. And we have given some word problem also. So the solution of word problem is not given, only the answer is provided. So word problem student can solve in a paper or in a notebook, and they can. Then activities are provided. So whenever they will reset, a new set of numbers come here. So n number of activities are available. So I'll show you how these activities work. The child has to do the addition. So suppose he I'll input both the answers, correct and incorrect, so that
Excuse me, Aruna ma'am.
work is clear. Yes, ma'am.
मैम इसमें हिंदी का भी हम कुछ देख सकते हैं, मतलब कुछ वर्कशीट्स या कुछ?
जी मैम, वो वही मैं आपको हिंदी का भी अभी वहीं से दिखाऊंगी जो सर्वर आपको प्रोवाइड किया।
Try again.
अब मैम एक चीज और पूछनी थी कि जो व्हाइट बोर्ड हम शेयर करते हैं बच्चों के साथ, उसमें हम हिंदी में लिख सकते हैं, मतलब हिंदी फॉन्ट अवेलेबल?
नहीं, वहाँ अगर आप फ्री हैंड से लिख रहे हैं तो आपको फॉन्ट की जरूरत नहीं है।
जरूरत नहीं है, हाँ जी।
लेकिन अगर आप ये कीबोर्ड वगैरह सेलेक्ट करके करेंगे तो आप हिंदी नहीं लिख पाएंगे।
नहीं लिख पाएंगे। ओके, थैंक यू।
So I think अरुणा मैम ने सही बताया है कि वो जब आप कीबोर्ड यूज करेंगे तो वो नहीं लिख पाएंगे अब हिंदी। आप फ्री हैंड भी लिख सकते हैं। अगर आप चाहते हैं तो आप एक स्टाइलस वगैरह कुछ खरीद सकते हैं अगर आपको लिखने में दिक्कत है। नहीं तो अभी Amazon वगैरह में पेन टैबलेट सेट्स भी अवेलेबल हो रहे हैं, जो एक USB डिवाइस है जो आप अपने डेस्कटॉप या लैपटॉप के साथ कनेक्ट कर सकते हैं। वहाँ पे एक पैड रहेगा और एक पेन रहेगा, आप उस पे जो लिखोगे वो आपके कंप्यूटर पे दिखाई देगा, मतलब आप किसी पेन के ऊपर लिख सकते हैं। तो आप जब व्हाइट बोर्ड पे लिख रहे हैं आप वो कर सकते हैं। मेरे I would like to show how I can write it on the board.
Do you want to share your screen, Preeti?
No. I can write it like that.
Okay.
दिखाती हूँ अभी आपको। अभी जैसे अभी अरुणा मैम का स्क्रीन शेयर है, लेकिन एनोटेशन का ऑप्शन मैं लेती हूँ अरुणा मैम से, और मैं अभी लिखना चाहती हूँ। I'm sorry, मुझे हिंदी नहीं लिखना आता।
कोई बात नहीं,
इंग्लिश में मैंने इसे लिखा है। I'm using a pen tablet.
Fine.
So इस तरीके से आप हिंदी भी लिख सकते हैं। और ये जो पेन टैबलेट मिलता है ना, ये क्वाइट मतलब रीजनेबल, आपको 2-2.5 हज़ार के अंदर एक अच्छा पेन टैबलेट मिल जाएगा। तो दैट कैन बी वेरी हैंडी। अभी आप क्लास में चलने वाला है, ये सारे स्टूडेंट्स, सारे टीचर्स के लिए भी काफी हैंडी होने वाला है, क्योंकि आप टाइप कर करके कितना मैथ प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करेंगे और कितना साइंस की प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करेंगे। तो कभी ना कभी जरूरत जाएगी ऑनलाइन क्लासेस के लिए, बिकॉज आई हैव बीन टेकिंग ऑनलाइन क्लासेस फॉर 10 years, सो आई हैव दीज टूल्स अवेलेबल एंड ये यूज होता है, काफी यूज में आता है जब ऑनलाइन पढ़ाते हैं तो।
ओके, Thank you, ma'am. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. So you can see that I have filled, and when I clicked on the check, so it has been shown to me which all inputs are incorrect. So this child reset and correct the mistakes. And now I'll show you the correct answer here. So simple drag and drop or click action is given so that the operations of activities are easy.
Well done.
So then he can go to the next, a new set of number will become. So unless he complete the question, then only you can move to the next question, not before that. So these are interactive activities and instant feedback is provided after every question. And both type of additions are available here, without carry and with carry and without carry.
Ma'am, I want to ask here.
Yes,
like the teacher is showing this addition problem. So she would specifically ask, say, supposedly I ask Preeti, okay, you solve this. And that child will be selecting and doing it, or individually everyone is solving.
Ma'am, you have shared your screen. So you can operate, but not the other one. Like I have shared my screen, but you can't operate on it.
Okay.
So
Okay, it is not like an exercise.
If you want a student to do it, so the student has to share his screen, and since this content will be accessible to the student also, so he can do and you can observe it.
Okay.
And the student can do it later also at home, like when the class is over as practice. The
Yes,
student can do these
yes.
activities because the content is available to them at any point of time.
Yes, ma'am. That is one. And one more thing I wanted to add to what Aruna ma'am is saying, that in Zoom, there is one option wherein Aruna, as a teacher, if she is a teacher, she can give access to any of the users to use her screen. So in that case, if Aruna is giving me access, then actually I can operate her screen, and you can also, like Aruna can also see where I am pointing. So I think my name is visible now on the screen.
Yes.
I'm writing anything like that. If any student is doing anything, the name will be visible. And as a teacher, you can give access to any one of the students to answer that particular question on behalf of you. So that way, one by one, you can do. That feature is there. But yes, at the same time, you can assign these resources as homework. And then students can do it whenever they are free after your class. So that is also available.
I think the query is answered.
Yes, ma'am.
मैम कोई हिंदी की भी मॉड्यूल दिखा दीजिए एक वर्कशीट करके.
Sure, ma'am. थोड़ा सा मैम टाइम लेता है ओपन होने में ये वाला सर्वर.
Thank you, Preeti Batra ma'am, for your appreciation.
बच्चों, आपने अपने दादा दादी, नाना नानी, माता पिता से राजा रानी, परियों, जंगल, जानवरों, पशु पक्षी, इनके अलावा आपने पंचतंत्र की कहानियां भी पढ़ी होंगी. इन सब कहानियों को सुनकर और पढ़कर आपका भी कहानी लिखने और सुनाने का मन करता होगा. आइए हम भी एक कहानी लिखना सीखते हैं. सबसे पहले एक दिन प्रातःकाल वहां एक शिकारी ने जाल फैला रखा था। कबूतरों के राजा को शंका हुई। उसने सोचा, यहाँ सुनसान जंगल में यह दाने कहाँ से आए? अवश्य ही दाल में कुछ काला है। खैर, देखा जाएगा।
मैम थोड़ा फॉरवर्ड कर देती हूँ मैं
ऐसा
इसको।
विचार कर नीचे उतरे। कबूतरों के राजा ने कहा, सब कबूतर जाल सहित इकट्ठे उड़।
स्टोरी के बाद
कहानी
फिर हमने
लेखन का
इसमें बताया हुआ कि क्या क्या पॉइंट्स नोट करने हैं
एक
आपको।
कला है जिसमें एक जीवन कहानी का विकास करना चाहिए, होना चाहिए।
फिर उस पॉइंट्स के बेसिस पे एक एग्जांपल दिखाया है।
की है। इस कहानी को लिखते समय हमने सभी नियमों का पालन किया। कहानी का अंत प्रभावी है। कहानी से एक शिक्षा मिल रही है। कहानी
लास्ट में हमने रिकैप दिया हुआ है।
ठीक है, कोई मैम शॉर्ट वाला जैसे वचन या लिंक जो थोड़ा शॉर्ट में हो।
कंचन, सान्या, मयंक और संजय चारों मिलकर गांव का मेला देखने गए। मेले से कंचन ने एक माला व एक रोचक कविताओं की पुस्तक खरीदी, तो वहीं पर सान्या ने 2 मालाएं व 2 रोचक कहानियों की पुस्तकें खरीदी। संजय ने एक गेंद व एक पतंग खरीदी, तो वहीं मयंक ने 2 गेंदें व 2 पतंगें खरीदी। ऊपर दिए गए गद्यांश में हमने कुछ शब्दों को देखा, जैसे माला, पुस्तक, मालाएं, पुस्तकें, गेंद, पतंग, गेंदें, पतंगे आदि। ये सभी एक वचन और बहुवचन वाले शब्द हैं। प्रस्तुत अध्याय में हम का अर्थ जानेंगे।
ऑब्जेक्टिव, फिर हमने वचन का पूरा
वचन का शाब्दिक
You can forward it.
कथन
हाँ जी,
एक वचन कहलाता है। सान्या है उपर्युक्त, अतः उपर्युक्त शब्द बहुवचन है। कार्य 1, निम्नलिखित शब्द
लास्ट में कुछ एक्सरसाइज।
अभ्यास कार्य 2,
उसमें
निम्नलिखित शब्दों के वचन बदलकर वाक्य बनाइए।
Thank you, ma'am.
Aruna, there are queries related to language paper and language content. Do we have anything?
language, I've already shown English.
Okay.
Before Hindi, I've shown one letter writing. So in this way, we already have, but it's not on 2Excel, and we are the work is going on at the back end to move all this content and make you available on the cloud. So by mid of June, probably we'll provide you the content also.
All right. So if any other content requirement is not there, then shall we move on to the IBL and the examination part, like how to author questions and create? Okay, ICT, do we have anything? Ratna ma'am is asking. Aruna?
No, computer we don't have.
Okay. So, teacher, shall we move on to IBL, inquiry-based learning?
Yes.
Okay, okay. Now I would like to share my screen.
Sure, I'll stop, miss.
Sure,
Stop.
sure. Thank you so much, Aruna, for lovely
Thank you,
videos and
teachers.
lovely content. I'll share my screen to take you through the inquiry-based learning. I'll take you through a presentation slide first, and then I will also log in and show you how it looks like. My screen visible to everyone?
Yes, yes.
Okay, great. So this inquiry-based learning, I think some of you teachers will be familiar with science and maths especially. And I'm so sorry for social sciences and other language teachers. This particular inquiry-based learning will be only for science and maths teachers now. So we have created this inquiry-based learning activity for science and math subjects for grade 3 to 8. So this can be used as a ready-made, readily available homework that can be given. It has to be used by all the students of your class. And like you give homework to all the students, the same way you have to give this particular activity to all the students post-teaching. This is something which has to be done after you finish teaching. This is not like content that you use during teaching or before teaching. So I will clarify this. In this, we have created, we have taken up all the concepts as the subjects are science and maths. The concepts that are getting covered in various curricula are going to remain same and finite. So we have aligned all the concepts, and especially we have aligned all the concepts of DAV school curriculum, and we have created the learning items. So I will take you to yes, Harsh. Yes, Harsh. Sir, you have a query? Harsh Shraddha sir, you have a query?
मैम हेलो
Yes, yes.
यस मैम मैम मुझे एक चीज पूछनी थी, जैसे अगर हम कोई भी व्हाइट बोर्ड शेयर करते हैं तो उसमें भी शेप्स होती हैं, अगर मुझे कोई ग्राफिक्स शेयर करनी है जैसे फ्लो चार्ट बनाना होता है तो क्या हम वो भी उसमें शेप्स का ऑप्शन भी है?
हम आपको एक अलग मतलब अभी जो जूम में जो व्हाइट बोर्ड होता है उसमें भी तो है ये ऑप्शंस, but otherwise if you don't want to use, I'll share the whiteboard just to clarify your query. I'm sharing my whiteboard. This is my whiteboard where I can also draw shapes like this. I can draw circle. I have a tool. You won't be able to see that toolbar, I think, on the top. It is on the top.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can draw using the Zoom whiteboard also. But apart from that, I will suggest you a different whiteboard on which you can do a lot of other things. That's a very nice whiteboard that we will suggest you. So once you start onboarding with us, we will train you with all these things. That's not a problem. We understand the requirement of online teaching, and we will completely equip you with all the hand-holding which is required, with all the tools, and at the end, we will make sure that you are completely enabled to teach online.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so shall we now go back to our presentation of IBL?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'll come back to the presentation here, wherein I was explaining you that how we have created the inquiry-based learning and what all content, how we have created the content of this inquiry-based learning. So, okay, and so sorry, because in the chat also some queries are coming, so I'm also trying to see if I can answer them. Okay, so now in this this slide, you can see on the left hand side, we have the curriculum till topic level. It is there given in your book. Inside your topic, you have your concepts. So inside the concepts, we have created the inquiry-based learning items. This whole box that you see, the rectangle, inside that, whatever is there, that is called a learning item. And you can see there are multiple parts to it. It's not just one MCQ or not just one fill in the blank. It has multiple parts to it. That is why it is different from a question. So I will now take you to a students panel, and there I will show you how this learning item will look like on the students panel. So let me go to students dashboard. So this is how the IBL student dashboard will be visible. All the IBL assignment that you give with the deadline, it is going to be visible here, and students can start doing it from here also. And the table of content, if you are activated the chapters for self-learning, instead of only assignment, you can also give them for self-learning. So whatever assignment has been activated for self-learning, they will be given here. And I can start with any of the learning item from here. Now this is the first learning item which has come in the topic separation of solids with solids. Now in this, on the left hand side, you can see one image is there. In the image, some information is given. This is basically called infographic. And based on that, there are some assessment items which are going to come one after the other. This is a fill in the blank. Let me start typing. The method performed after harvesting is called so it is incorrect. I think my spelling is incorrect. That is why. Okay, threshing is the correct, not winnowing. So in the second attempt also I went wrong. So it is showing me the correct answer. Now it was asking me about the method that is performed after harvesting. Now this is threshing. Next question that comes, which of the following is correct? Following correctly describes the process of threshing. Now still we are talking about threshing only, and we are trying to understand the process threshing. Okay, I'll select this one. Option is correct. So you can see this whole one learning item that I showed you, it was not just one question, it was a series of interlinked questions. And that is why we call the whole thing as a learning item. Once the child has performed the learning item, then explanation is also visible, where we are explaining the concepts that we have asked, and this provides immediate remedial. So now I did not know that the process which is taking place after harvesting is called threshing. So I can read it, and I now, because the immediate remedial is given to me, so I remember it for a longer period of time. So then I go to the next one. So this is how the learning item will look like. This is the information which is provided to trigger the memory of the child, because something the teacher has already taught, the child has already learned from the book. And you will see that this whole thing, the infographic does not give the direct answer to the questions which are coming one after the other. Presentation now, so that I can explain to the rest of the parts of the inquiry-based learning. The image that you show, that you saw on the left side is called a learning resource, which provides some information. Then there were multiple questions coming one after the other. They're all called assessment items. So AI is the short form. So AI1, AI2, like that, multiple. So the one that I attempted, there were two assessment items, but 3 to 4 up to 5 assessment items will be there in one part. And each assessment item will be tagged to a skill that, the process of harvesting, understanding or identifying the process of harvesting was the objective of the first item that I tried, that the process takes place after harvesting is what? So identifying the process of threshing. So that is the skill that the child requires to answer that particular question. All these questions are tagged to a particular skill. And then after the child performs, then we are showing the learning enhancement, which is the explanation. And all these learning items are tagged to cognitive levels and difficulty levels. So we have easy, medium, and HOTS. And cognitive levels we are using, like it is famously known as Bloom's taxonomy, and we are using remembering, understanding, and applying. These are the three we are using. Ma'am, I will show you about the question paper. So let me finish this presentation that I was doing. Then how many types of, there are 3 types of learning items we create depending on the concept. In maths, step by step is required. In science, some previous knowledge is required to answer a particular concept. So like this, 3 different types of learning items are created. There are 8 different patterns of questions, assessment items which can be created. Now, this whole journey of inquiry-based learning is based on stages of competence, which is a psychological theory, and there are 3 stages the child goes through in a particular topic. So every topic has inquiry-based learning. So you will get very concise, insightful reports on each and every topic and each and every chapter. That is how it is designed. And in once inquiry-based learning is done for a particular topic, you are going to see some reports. So I will show you one of the reports that I have right now. This is a science teacher's report wherein the science teacher has finished force and pressure. So you just finish teaching and then you just assign the topic as inquiry-based learning, and after that you just sit back and relax. And then you are going to get, once your schedule is over, your deadline is over, then you are going to get this report directly in your hand, wherein you can see how many students are doing well in this particular chapter, how many students are struggling or they are in the middle and somewhere they need your help also to some extent, and how many students are at the bottom and they really need your help, they really need your attention. So their names are there. So this list is automated and it reaches you without putting in any effort. And the best part that I like about our product is this part where we identify the learning gap. So in this force and pressure chapter, these are the concepts which have been identified that most of the children are making mistakes in these concepts. And out of them, one concept is there, which is usage of spring balance, that has captured maximum incorrect responses by the students. So this is where the teacher needs to really focus and maybe teach the concept again in a different way so that students are able to understand it in a better way. And this is the insight that we provide. This is very precise and very scientifically calculated. It is not something that we are doing it just for the sake of doing. Very scientific. And this is actually very helpful because I am sure all of you teachers are going to agree with me that once you finish teaching a particular chapter, you don't get to know how well your students have understood that chapter. And that is the whole purpose of creating something like this for the teachers. And at the same time, children are also learning when they are going through it. So it's a win-win situation when you are using IBL for your science and math subjects. And apart from this learning gap analysis, you will also get the learning items which have been answered incorrectly by more than 70% of the students. So you can decide to take up and discuss these learning items in your class so that the doubts are clarified. So Monday morning, 9 o'clock, your deadline is over for the assignment and you are about to enter the class and you get this insight. So you know what you are going to teach in the class today when you are doing the revision of force and pressure. So that kind of insight is very, very motivational for the teacher. That's what I believe. So this is the report that you get. And next, I'll take you back to the presentation wherein this is what we are going to provide throughout the academic session. Almost around 90 concepts per student you will get, in which there will be 3,600 learning items present, which are ready-made and readily available to use right from the beginning of the academic session. Then using the 3,600 learning items, we can engage the students without any effort from the teacher's side. We can engage the students for 120 hours, and that is active engagement. That is also not passive engagement, and due to which we are able to save 180 hours of a teacher throughout the academic session. So the teacher can do more productive work if they are using IBL. So that's what we wanted to say. Thank you so much, Anupama ma'am.
One thing I would like to ask here, can a teacher customize her own IBL content and then we will get the same analysis for the results? Or it is an inbuilt feature?
Ma'am, we have already created the learning items.
Yeah, that I could see. But can I create my own specific one also? Or for that results won't be available?
No. If you create your own ones, the result will also be available for you. That is not a problem. But just that we need to give you the authoring access for IBL. That is something we need to give you. Right now, we have given you access to view the content that we have created. So what
you have already developed, right?
Yes. I will show you how you can see the content, and whatever you want to share with us, like if you want to give us your feedback or you want to create your own assignment, you can create it and give it to us, and we will upload it on your behalf. Because then, you know, this is how you can see the content that we have created. And this is the learning resource. These are the items, and you can also see the explanation that we have created. And if you want to give us a feedback, you just click here. Then this box will pop up wherein you can add your own feedback and submit it. And we will work on it within 24 hours. This change that you have suggested will reflect. That's how you can also participate in the development of the IBL content. But so much of content is already created on this platform that when you review this, you will not feel the need of creating it by yourself. Because day in, day out, our subject matter experts have, you know, sat down and they have worked on this. They have created the best learning items possible out of your content, right? So that is where we want to save the time of teachers. But if you want to contribute, you can definitely share the things with us, and we will put it in your table of content. That is not going to go any of the schools. That will remain with the database of your school only. So that is how the author's ID will look like. I mean, your teacher's ID, and you can see all that. Okay, so now shall I show you the unit test also, how to create a question paper and everything? So this is where I have just selected the chapter and test or unit test. This is a test. You can consider it is as a test. You can give a name. I can give the description. I can select for which class I want to create it. I can select the subject, and then all the, you know, the table of content will be selected. Now these are the questions which are coming up over here, and I can select the questions and give marks over here. And as soon as I keep giving marks and, you know, select the questions, then you can see total marks and total questions are getting counted. And I can also select time duration that I want to give for this particular test, and I can create it. Once I create a particular test, then I can go to assign assignment and assignment to a particular class. Let me show you. This is an admin ID actually. Let me go to students teacher's ID. This is an actual teacher's ID. I will not make any changes, but I'll just show you how it works. So you can select whatever questions you have created, you can select it, and you can create a question paper. And once the question paper you create, then they are going to come here in the drop down, and you can select any of the tests that you want to assign to a particular class and select, let's say, math unit test, and then you can come down and then you can select the class over here, 5A, or whichever section you want to assign. You can assign it to all sections. You can select the section, and then you can select a date and time. So I will not make any changes because this test has been already done. This is an actual school teacher's ID, and they did the math 7th of April math unit test, and all these reports are already available over here because class and section which have already taken the test, they will come over here, and I can show you the report, show report if I click. So this is how automatically the reports have already been created. So this is how all your examination feature will work. And in this, to this, we are going to add the subjective ones, which we are still working on. And then let me show you how a student is going to access the test. I'll go to the same student ID where there are some tests activated. So there are 2 tests activated. So let me click on this one. So there are 26 questions and total marks is also 26, and 30 minutes is the total time allotted. As I clicked on it, the timer has started. All the questions which I am supposed to do in this test are given over here. And so I can scroll down, and while this block we have given it, suppose I am answering a particular question, then it is becoming blue. So I know that this question I have answered. If I want to go to question 12, I just click on it. So the screen will take me to 12 and I answer it. Like this, if you keep answering, the student will not miss any answer, any question. So, and at the bottom, there is a submit test. So once I click on submit test, then my test is going to get submitted. And all this, whatever I'm showing you, everything is accessible through phone also, because that is a device a lot of students are using right now, because every student does not have an access to laptop or tablet. Phone also you can easily take the test, and a lot of tests have already been taken on this platform. That's how I could show you the reports that I have just shown. Yeah, so I think covered everything that I'm supposed to cover. I have taken a lot of time.
One thing I would need to ask, and once the child has given the test, he won't be able to write it again?
No, he won't be able to.
But ma'am, again, it is an objective type only.
Yes, right now whatever we have is an objective type. Like I just mentioned, was sometime one man was asking me about subjective. The child needs to write anything. So we are developing that, and that will be available in a couple of weeks for you to do subjective type also. Wherein the student can type or attach a file. So both options will be there, and while correction for subjective, you have to do the correction. System won't be able to read the answer and justify how much marks we need to give for that answer. So you have to read the answer and give marks, and then all totaling and report generation will be automated.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
So we have covered a lot of things. So any queries? No? We can now discuss your queries. If you have queries, we are now open for it, because we have finished our presentation. We have shown you a virtual school platform. We have shown you the content, interactive content, digital content that will be available on the virtual school. I have also shown you the examination module, which will again be available on the virtual school. So platform, examination module and content, they are the part of virtual school. And the IBA that I have shown you is a different part, which again will be also available for you to use.
Okay, I think Preeti, we've got a gist of what all you've been wanting to tell us, and I think a lot of queries have been asked. Let them just brief themselves up with it now, with whatever information that you passed on in, and right, and we'll get back to you very soon.
Sure.
Right? But you explain things very clearly, both of you. Thank you so much. You were very
Thank
clear
you.
on what.
And there is one query I read it related to the maps.
Yes.
I just want to brief, like we already have the social science content available.
Okay.
So from
Okay.
that, all the concept we have already have, and map also we have provided in a map section. These maps just can use, and you can, with the help of that, you can explain to the
The
student.
next time, if we go ahead with this and you're giving us a proper one more time a training, we'll have social science
Yeah,
content
I
in
was.
one of the languages in it.
Yes. I was going to
That's
suggest
important.
you that before you take any decision, I was going to suggest for a trial session, at least not with the students, but only with the teachers. Like we can make teachers at teachers, and the other set can be students, and then you can
Absolutely.
use teachers that that are there to gain full exposure to our platform, and then it will be for you to take a decision whether how much it is useful for you and to what extent
I agree.
you are able to use it.
Right. Thank you so much, Preeti. Any questions, teacher?
Ma'am, I'm Geeta Bhandari. I just want to ask, like, is there any website linked? Like, can we link, go to any website?
And for learning purpose, if you want to share any website with your students, you can share that. You can put the link in the resources box where you're creating a resource. So there you can put a link, and then your students will click on that and directly will be taken to the website that you want them to visit.
Any social science games included in your resources?
Aruna, ma'am?
No, ma'am, not games. We have given you the explanatory material, concept, and worksheets are available.
And ma'am, one more thing regarding the website. If we share the website or share the link with the students, so while we are taking the class, can we show that thing on the screen?
Yes, ma'am, you can show. You can share your screen, you can show the website. And from when you are sharing any link with your students, you can also access the link from your portal. So when you are sharing a screen, you can go to your like our Visario teacher ID, and from there you can click on the link and show it. You get a view link option wherein you can take your students to that website during the class. Yes.
Okay, I think we're all done with it, Preeti. Thank you so much. We'll get back, right?
Sure. Thank you so much, teachers.
Thank you.
We've taken almost around 2 hours.
Yeah. Thank you.
But we had to show a lot of things. I hope teachers have found it very useful. And
their comments say so that they found it useful. Let me get back to them once and we'll get back to Abhishek regarding it, right?
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you both of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, teachers. Thank you for your valuable time.
Thank you.